Hello everybody, welcome back to the Sweden King of the North achievement run. In this achievement run, we will be achieving 3 achievements that will be listed below in the About section of this video. For those of you who are joining for the first time, we have just declared independence from Denmark. Not too surprising. We were also able to recover a few of our cores. The cores down here in Bleking, Holland, Skåne, and Jämtland. And we have a bit of a heretic problem, but it's okay. We're cleaning out the closet. We're getting rid of all of these terrible, terrible heretics. In the process of doing so, we have recently annexed, of course, Livonian territory here in the Baltic. But surprise, surprise, the Estonians are not too happy with us being their overlord. It seems like the Estonian people are not happy and not amused with Swedish rule. That's unfortunate, but we understand where they're coming from to a certain extent. So what we're going to do is we have basically abandoned Novgorod as an ally. We are hoping Muscovy gets into a war with Novgorod, and then we will declare war, or maybe even enforce a peace. See, that might be a good idea. Might be a better idea if instead of us treating Novgorod like a pile of scum, instead if we increased our relations with them to 100, we would be able to enforce a peace once Muscovy inevitably attacks them, which would in turn allow us to force them to release Perm. So that's great. Let's go ahead and do that. That's as good of an idea as anything else we've got going on right now. We are still improving our relationship with England. However, that being said, I don't really believe that they are going to accept us at any time soon. We will, however, try. And this moment in time, we will be working on getting all of our cores down here retaken and recaptured. We are above both of our force limits, unsurprisingly, as we have a mercenary army that I should probably sack pretty soon. It's just that I was keeping it just in case over here for Estonia and Latvia. However, that being said, our war exhaustion is going down, our legitimacy is going up pretty soon. We might be able to just raise the autonomy on one of these provinces and make it a lot easier. We've just lost a Master of Mint, but that's okay. We didn't have one employed with us currently here. And we're going to need transport ships if we are to cross the Baltic Sea, as we are no longer allies with Novgorod, which is, you know, it's all part of the territory. I was hoping that Lithuania would be underneath a personal union of Poland. That has not happened yet, most unfortunately. But we do, however, have a claimant who has a weak claim on the Polish throne. Of course, we're not really in... Okay, they're also an elective dynasty, so we can't really do much about that. I was going to say maybe we could claim their throne. The Emperor has enacted a new reform. That was fast. And, I guess, totally predictable. Yet another advisor has fallen. We seem to get notifications each time this happens nowadays, which is a bit strange. But these things do happen. Pretty soon I'm going to have to sack our mercenaries, as we still cannot afford them. I think I'm going to sack all but, let's say 2. We'll keep 2 on standby. Sack the rest. Send them over here to Viborg. And if shit hits the fan, we can always get military access through Novgorod. But I'm a bit nervous that Novgorod is allied with Lithuania. That's bad news for us, considering we cannot afford to go to war with Lithuania at this point. So instead, let's take a look at our truce timers with the Livonian Order, 69. And in Denmark, we have a peace treaty until 65. So I think we should just go ahead and skip until then, so we can declare war on Denmark, maybe release Norway, or take Norway as a vassal, and of course take Gotland, which is what we really need. It would be very, very helpful if we were to take this island over here. So we're going to work on that. We can no longer improve relationship with Novgorod. That's fine. Nobles ally with foreign power. I guess I really don't want to lose prestige, though. That's the thing, because prestige is guiding my legitimacy forward. I guess we're just going to have to opt for the casus belli, unfortunately. That is so unfortunate, because me and Lithuania are friends. We have no reason to be upset with one another, but yet there it is. It's out in the open. Danzig is independent. This would be one sure way to piss off Poland, but we could take it if we were feeling frisky. Or we could opt instead to potentially vassalize the Teutonic Order. Let's take a look at the developments. Yeah, I don't think it's possible for us to do that, but we could potentially vassalize them. Considerations. What about Riga? 1463. Well, that's pretty soon. We might be able to do something about that, but of course we still have a massive problem over here. But with that being said, pretty soon, in a few months, I think, we should start to see the autonomy risen, or we should raise the autonomy so that the rebels don't rise up over here in Estonia. It's looking like it's going to happen any moment now. Most unfortunately. We're going to have to afford another harsh treatment. I know it sucks, but, you know, we got to do what we got to do. We are currently working on raising our manpower. Take a look at our naval force summits. They're still okay. Nothing really to go home about, but they're okay. And let's take a look if now is a good time to increase our autonomy. We're at 10.7. We need to be at 10% for us to effectively negate the rebel problem. It's tempting to reduce our war exhaustion and just get it done now, but that will happen over time. We can wait. It's not the end of the world. Of course, the Livonian Order just found out that we were fabricating a claim upon them, but we don't really care too much about what they think about us. Let's look over here to the missions. Prestige is not going to really happen. We're going to cancel it. And we don't really want national unrest +1. That's terrible, especially for missionary speed or missionary strength that we don't even need at this moment. Take a look over here. We have 10.1% on all of our Baltic provinces, and we can get rid of these pesky rebel partisans by giving them their own parliament here, by increasing their autonomy. You gotta do what you gotta do. Keep your peasants happy here. And let's take a look at technology. We're behind in pretty much everything, because it's not too much of a surprise. I was going to check out the new features in Common Sense, like increasing our development, but we can work on that later. Not a big deal to kind of ignore that for the time being. Now, England has good relations with us now. We could... Our diplomatic reputation is low. What if we increased it with a diplomat? That might be cool. That way we could get England as an ally. Is it really necessary at this point, though? England is not too strong, and it would drag us to war against France. We'll ally them later. We don't really care too much about them just yet. So, with that being said, could we potentially vassalize Danzig? We can't. Not too surprising, I suppose. Instead, let's opt to fabricate more claims in Denmark. Of course, we will be at war with Denmark relatively soon. Let's see if we can't claim a few provinces, maybe even their capital itself. Why not? Eventually, that might be a possibility. For the time being, it is not, but you never know. We might be able to work our magic here pretty soon. Yet another casus belli on the Livonian Order, which is to be expected. We will fabricate claim on everything we can. And now we wait, because our rebels are going down. There is peace in the kingdom, and we are waiting for our manpower to return. And like I said, I have a lot of ideas for how I want to make this run go, because we are the King of the North. We are going to be taking all of the northern territories, especially those territories in which snow is a major factor, so basically all of modern-day Russia. We can't conquer any territories that experience mild winters. We can, however, go into, well, I say that. It seems like Denmark experiences mild winters, and we already have control of it, so you know what? I guess we're just going to stay to the north of Skåne by working our way east and taking everything north of Lithuania and basically manifest destinying our way to the Pacific Ocean. At least that's the plan. So, Alzabo, what are you going to do next? I wish I could tell you guys. I really have no idea. We're still waiting on another mission to be open to us, and we will probably declare war on Denmark pretty soon as well. I think because our truce with Denmark expires in 1465, and our truce with Livonian Order expires in 49, we should probably go ahead and get our men over to Stockholm so they can be ready for a war with Denmark. Let's see where Memel is. Potentially might be a useful province. It's right here. Where the hell is it? Memel. Where are you, Memel? You are a Teutonic Order province, huh? Well, who is the TO allied to? They're allied to Riga and to the Hansa. We could potentially take out TO. We don't have a truce with them. I don't see why this would, why this wouldn't work. Could probably do that. It would even give us a free claim on Memel. Let's do that. We might as well expand. This way we get access to yet another Baltic Sea port, which is what we need for the Sweden is not overpowered achievement. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna conquer Memel. Why not? And our manpower is almost back up to its normal levels, which is great. We are going to immediately send our diplomat to give us military access to Novgorod, which they will accept. Good, good, good. Now we are going to get our men across the Novgorodian provinces of Neva and Ingermanland. And we'll opt for the admin hit, that's fine. Keep in mind I do not want to actually ally Novgorod. We're going to keep them as a non-ally for the time being until it is useful for us to do so. So we can get rid of our access through Novgorod now. And instead, because we already have a claim on TO, let's see if we can fabricate another claim. We can. Fantastic. We will claim Königsberg, which is a really, really good city. Base tax of 7. Very, very wealthy city. And now I think we can pretty much declare war on the TO. The TO, of course, does have a fleet, but it's not very big. And we will be sent immediately into war with them and the Hansa. I'm still tempted, however, to pump out a few more galleys. 4 more sounds fine to me. It's good. And here we go, about ready to declare war. Let's ensure that our unrest guy is still there. He is. Fantastic. Let's declare war on the TO. Let's see who we can bring in. We can bring in Lithuania, which is great. Scotland is always going to be shitty, so we don't care about them. They will call in Riga and the Hansa. We are going to ignore Riga and allow Lithuania to take care of them. Or at least that's the idea. I'm not sure if that's going to actually happen in practice. We do have a bigger navy than the TO, which is good. But I'm not sure if it's bigger than both the Hansa and the TO, because, once again, Lithuania does not have a port, or rather they do, but it's in the Black Sea. So it's a bit far away. But let's go ahead and declare a war of conquest. That's fine. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and send our men in. And let's just double check on the winters here. If they're too bad, we will send... Still getting a normal winter, which is going to mean we're going to suffer some attrition. But that's alright, at least it's not severe winter, so it could be worse. It could always be worse, really. Now that we have a free advisor, let's go ahead and work on increasing our relationship with our allies, including Poland. Although Poland seems to be getting stopped by Polish magnates. I have no idea how, but again, this is what's happening. These are the facts on the ground. We can... Okay, so we're already taking the Conquer Memel decision, which is great. You know, if Lithuania does not have access to my land, they need it. Let's go ahead and check real quick. The Swedish opinion of Lithuania. The Lithuanian opinion of Sweden. So both of us allow military access. They should be able to help us out. We've already won Memel, actually, because we had the help of Lithuania, which was fantastic. Now, really, we could probably afford to take back our men and let Lithuania do everything for us. But I want to take Königsberg just in case if the Lithuanians choose not to take it for us. Just because that way we get the claim on their province. Life is great. I might be able to even fabricate a or vassalize the TO. That'd be pretty useful. So now we are going to improve our army. We will make men-at-arms sounds more official. We're going to go with that. The stats are a little bit negligible at best, so we don't really care in the grand scheme of things on what they are. Of course, Lithuania is being a bro. We have plenty of territory already captured. Of course, these territories fall outside of the fort's zone of control. That is why we see them being captured so easily. Of course, zone of control and forts are a new feature with common sense. We're seeing Riga in our territory back in Sweden. We could probably crush them if we hired but a small mercenary force. Can we afford it? That's the question. Time being, I'd say no. We'll just take back our men anyways. They're suffering attrition because of the winter in Småland, which is, let's go ahead and double check the weather reports. It's snowing, and it's snowing quite a bit. It's November, and I'm sure they're not too happy outside the fort of Småland, just getting stuck in the snow. It's never fun. And I'm very happy that our unrest has fallen over here in Latvia and Estonia. That's very nice. In fact, in the last episode, I was planning on committing some Finnish genocide. So convenient that I've been able to save it for now, so you guys can see we are going to commit some Finnish genocide, because Finnish culture will no longer be accepted here pretty soon. And we can burn the Diplotech for the time being. We need that Swedish master race present in modern-day Finland. No Finns allowed. So we will convert everybody to Sweden, or Swedish culture, I should say. That being said, we also can go ahead and use this military, or this navy as a military force, or a naval force, in which to blockade the TO. So we are done with Poland. Let's go ahead and improve our relations with Lithuania. It's fine. Novgorod's still at peace, which is making me a bit uneasy. I don't like that, but that's the way it is. Let's go outside of Riga to try to get them out of the war. This will blockade them. And eventually the idea is that they will want to get out of the war. We might be able to take the territory for ourselves here in a minute. So Lucca has become a free city. I don't really understand what that means as of yet. If you guys do, feel free to comment below. I know that it has something to do with the mechanic of the Holy Roman Empire, but outside of that, it is a new feature, and I have no idea what it does. So we're taking Königsberg, which means that we can go ahead and rest our men. They've done well. We can get them out of the hell that is the Teutonic Order. Teutonic lands, I should say. Getting to Riga is going to be hard. Oh, well, I just said it's going to be hard. It's going to be really, really easy. We can just march across Livonian Order, because we don't care about their territorial integrity whatsoever. We're going to lay a claim on Livland and siege them down. Maybe we should vassalize them. I don't really know. I don't really want to have to situate a unit to guard this province, but our truce with Livonian Order will be over pretty soon, in 5 years. But I want to go to war with Denmark first, if I can, to force Norway out of that personal union so they can get into our sphere of influence. So that's the idea anyways. We've almost captured Riga for ourselves, which means we can make them pay us money or something of the sort. Really not quite sure what we do with them. But let's go ahead and get rid of our diplomat in Lithuania and blockade the Hanseatic League. The idea is that hopefully we can get Hansa out of the war. If not, I mean, it's okay, but it'll be ideal if we can. Let's go ahead and get our men back to Stockholm. Of course, we don't really care too much about Novgorodian territorial integrity. We're just marching across it. Nothing's the matter here. And they've already beaten us to it, so that's fine. We'll keep our men in Rivil then. And we've got a Hanseatic army in the south coming for us. I guess we could just always march our men across Mecklenburg and Pomerania to get there. We do have positive relations with both of them. But is it really worth it? I don't know. Probably not. We don't really care in the grand scheme of things. But they have decided to take back Riga for themselves. We're going to wait for Lithuania to come back over here. If they decide to do so, that would be great. Doesn't look like they are going to just yet, but maybe they will here in a minute. And if not, we can always opt out of the war with Riga. We're already getting some peace offers. Let's see if instead of taking Riga, would this peace treaty allow us to take Memel and Königsberg? It would. Well, that's good news. We could probably also negotiate to take Riga as well. The only problem is if there are any rebels in this area, it would be a bit sketchy. See, we could take those. It would give us 17 aggressive expansion. That's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. And then we would vassalize Livonian Order soon enough anyways, to where our borders wouldn't really matter. Let's go ahead and do that. That's as good of any offer that I can get. But instead of taking money from the Teutonic Order, we might be able to take war reparations. No, just almost being able to take war reparations. Let's go ahead and let the war stifle on for a few more days. Of course, our truce with Denmark has expired. But no worry, we will be attacking them soon. Next turn, I believe we will be able to get the peace that we want. Or at least try to get the peace that we want here. Yeah, I mean, positive outweighs negative. Let's go ahead and go for it. So, here we go. Riga is no longer an independent state. We have annexed Riga, just as we have annexed Königsberg and Memel. And we no longer need the castle at Königsberg, as we have one in Memel. That's fine. We can afford to do that. And we don't really need one in... Well, I guess we could use one in Riga. See, that's the thing. I don't really know. We do have a claim on both of these provinces, so we will go ahead and immediately set up on making them into cores. And I'm going to keep our men on standby just in case if we need them. I'm not going to declare war on Denmark immediately. We're going to check to see what they're allied with. They're allied with Munster, which is a useless OPM, well, practically an OPM anyways. Well, they are. They are just one province. So let's go ahead and fabricate more claims on Denmark. Well, actually, not really. Instead, we can fabricate more claims on Norway. Like, I'd like to take Finnmark for myself, for instance. It makes sense. Let's go ahead and do that. And does England like us yet? Not quite yet. But if we rivaled one of their rivals, I'm sure they would. At this point, we can improve our relationship with them. That's fine. Totally understandable. We'll also disband our mercenaries, because we are in need of money. We don't have any. And it's mainly the fort maintenance that's killing us here. So what if we mothballed these forts? We could do that. We could totally do that. It's just a matter of, I don't really know how to mothball specific forts, but I do know how to mothball all forts. So how do we... I guess we're just going to have to mothball all forts for now. Well, see, I don't want to do that, though. That's the thing. How do I mothball a specific fort? I know you guys probably know. I don't. Here we go. This fortress is fully maintained. So we don't want that. We're going to mothball both of those forts. And we can also mothball our capital fort. Not necessary. And now we are making money, which is great. We are going to select Novgorod as a rival. Well, maybe not yet. Maybe we should wait on that. We'll just keep it open. Keep it flexible. That's what I like to do it. That's how I like to do it. And now our name Sweden is kind of stretched across the Baltic Sea. it's basically only been 10 years that have passed, and we are already in a very good position. I opt for the yearly prestige. That's pretty good. Self-explanatory why. This will increase our legitimacy, and we are sorely in need of legitimacy. Very, very badly. Our genocide is going great in Finland. In fact, this month marks the anniversary of the start of the genocide. Now we have some more provinces that are Swedish, which is great. We can develop them later if we decide to, and of course Finnish is no longer accepted. That doesn't matter because we are getting rid of all of the Finnish provinces. They are already being converted. And you might say I'm a bad person, but, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Let's opt to conquer Gotland. That's a great, great goal. We would like to make our manpower reserve a little bit more full, but we can't really afford to do that just yet, so we will opt instead to take Gotland for ourselves. England is done. Let's see. I would rather gain prestige. That's much better. Let's see if England is willing to marry us now. They're not. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We need to stop Muscovy, though. And this is the biggest problem. They're friendly with us, which is interesting. I understand why they're friendly with us, but I don't want to be friendly with them. Let's make friends. We're already friends with Brandenburg. Let's go ahead and increase our relationship with them. We need all the allies we can get. It's fairly self-explanatory at this moment. And I don't really want to form the Scandinavian nation. I kind of like the idea of having hegemony as Sweden, so we're going to keep it. And I know I'm well above the naval force limit, but my acquisition of the East Prussian territories of Königsberg and Memel are going to help me out in that regard. We are going to send some trade power to the Baltic, just like so. And pretty soon I'm going to be raising autonomy in the newly captured territories, just like we did with Estonia and Latvia, who are happily a part of our empire now, which is great. They still haven't attacked Novgorod. It's very scary. I would like them to, but if they're not going to, they're not going to. Let's go ahead and improve relations with them. It's fine, just for the time being, while we wait for our cores. I don't want to declare war while we still have cores being constructed. That's just asking for trouble. Not to mention the fact that we need our manpower to recover a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit will be enough. Let's check our war exhaustion. I think our war exhaustion is lower. Very good. Fantastic news. Scotland is requesting that we... We could join them. Who else are they at war with? Who else is Denmark at war with? They're at war with Novgorod. I'm trying to think of the most strategic way of me taking out Novgorod and taking advantage of this. Because if Lithuania was called into the conflict, okay, hold on. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's see if Lithuania decides to join their war. If they do, this will be fantastic. They have not decided to do so. We could, I suppose, but I don't really want to. We have a royal marriage with them, though. I feel so conflicted. I'm going to go ahead and turn them down. Let them take them out for themselves. We don't really need Scotland, once again, as an ally. And still England won't accept our friendship. Let's go ahead and work on improving relations in France. Never hurts to have a French ally, or even an Ottoman ally. You know, the Ottomans are quite a bit far away from me at this moment. They're also selected Poland as their enemy. That'll make things hard. You know what, let's just go ahead and fabricate a claim on Denmark. It's a very good thing that Denmark is at war, and it's not with us. We can focus on regrouping our manpower and then attacking them once they are weak. That is the idea. And I think this episode is almost over. But it's been pretty nice. We actually have a cardinal, which is pretty impressive. But we only have 3.16 influence in the College of Cardinals, which is pathetic. I mean, it's really bad, but we know that it's bad, so it's okay. Let's take a look at our military. It's okay. It's seen better days. We have a bigger force limit now. So let's go ahead and disband those mercenaries. Alright, okay, we already done that. That's good. We can probably make a 20 stack here as soon as our cores have been completed and our manpower is a bit higher. That's my goal anyways. So next episode is going to be really interesting. We're going to be going at war with Denmark. And like I said, I'm still trying to take advantage of the fact that Novgorod has not been annexed by Muscovy. In the future, we will do our best to take out the bear before it gets too big. Of course, they've already annexed Perm, which is bad, but they have not taken any expansion ideas yet. So we need to ensure that the bear is clipped. We make a habitat for the Russian bear. Maybe even vassalize it for themselves, which will make it colonize for us. But the problem with that is that all of their territories will be Orthodox and Russian, so I would rather just colonize myself. Right, so what else can we do here? We can increase the tax in Stockholm. Let's go ahead and do that. It's fine, not a big deal. And Denmark is still at war. They're losing, actually, which is good. What should we do? Let's go ahead and send our men back across the channel. And by doing that, I mean that we get military access through Novgorod, just like so. Bringing our men back to Stockholm. They're going home after all of these years. And our cores will construct this month, which is great. We are going to gain stability. Not even a question. There goes the alarm. We've gained 3 core provinces. And let's go ahead and increase that autonomy. We might as well, guys. I mean, I don't really want to face off with any pissed off nationalists, partisans in that area. Instead, I will opt to declare war on Denmark very soon. And actually, we do need some barks to transport our men over into Gotland. We need some cogs. But we'll work on that. I'm sure we will be able to make those. I'm going to lay a claim on Denmark once again, just because we can. We have changed the culture. Take a look at the culture tab. It's all Swedish. Glorious, glorious Swedish. With the exception of Semi. But, you know, I kind of like the Semi people. I did a research paper on them for kind of like my bachelor's dissertation in international studies back when I was in college. And, you know, I'm kind of partial to the Sami people. I've already converted them to our religion. You know, they're cool. They're reindeer-loving people. Just a culture of reindeer-loving individuals. To any Sami viewers, big shout-out to you guys. Pretty impressed by your culture. It's really, really interesting. So we're not going to assimilate the Sami. I don't want you guys to think that I hate the Finns. It's just that I like to spread the primary culture about. As you guys probably already know, if you've watched any of my Let's Plays, in my Let's Play, This is Persia achievement run, we basically committed genocide everywhere we went. Greater Persia connected everywhere. We've lost one of our generals, but that's fine. Our heir is also really good. Let's take a look at our king. Again, he's a 433. Our heir is a 333. Kind of a mediocrity. For us to be able to get like the really, really good Swedish events, we need to actually have a general with a 5 military rating to get the reforms of Gustavus Adolphus, or Adolphus Gustavus, which is really good. It lasts the entire campaign, actually, if we were able to get that event. For the time being, we can't, so we have to make do. We have a 20 stack outside of Skan, which is great. We have 2 stability. This is a good place for us to end the turn. Of course, or rather the episode, next episode, we will declare war on Denmark, which is gonna be pretty nice. I mean, they're already at war with pretty much everybody. We will have no problem whatsoever taking out Norway and Denmark. And Norway's already feeling threatened about me, which means that we're doing something correctly. So again, guys, stay tuned for the next episode. It's gonna be really, really good. In fact, to give you guys a quick teaser of what's going to happen, boom goes the dynamite. We're going to declare war immediately. And we even get Lithuania joining in on the conflict. We will opt, however, to take... We will say we're trying to take Scotland, just because I believe we can take Scotland before we can take Gotland, as we are still working on making the crafts that will get us over to Gotland. So we will declare war on Scotland. They will bring in Norway, but that's fine, totally understandable. Let's go ahead and do that. And we are at war with Denmark. Fantastic news, really. We've won the Battle of Scotland, and we've made another cog. So again, guys, stay tuned for the next episode. We will more than likely be able to vassalize Norway for ourselves. Of course, we see a pissed off Novgorod already taking some territory from Norway. I certainly hope that they don't take very much territory. So again, stay tuned for the next episode. It'll be out very, very soon. I'm making these episodes about one a day, although they might upload, 2 or 3 times a week. I've got a backlog of recorded videos as I'm working on other projects at the moment. So stay tuned and see you on the next episode.